Most companies are treating AI like a magic pill. They buy the software, plug it in, and expect the profit to just roll in. But here is the cold hard truth from the latest McKinsey research. 8 out of 10 companies have deployed some form of AI, and yet roughly the same percentage of companies have reported a whopping 0% material impact on their earnings. If it feels like you're chasing a ghost, it's not because the technology is broken. It's because you're solving for code when you should be solving for context. I'm building Okium specifically for the agentic era, as some call it, where AI acts as an autonomous worker. But even I will tell you, our software won't save you if you choose to ignore these 3 questions. So, in my research of deconstructing failed digital transformations from e-commerce startups to giants like Nestle, Hershey's, Cisco Systems, I have found an iron law. It's called the 10-20-70 rule. For context, when I say digital transformation, I mean any major shift in your core operating systems, be it AI, an ERP, cloud platform, whatever. Anyway, only 10% of success in digital transformations is dependent on algorithms. 20% of success is dependent on your tech stack and your data. And the 70%, that's your people and your processes. Most leaders spend 90% of their budgets on these and wonder why 6 months later, this ends up dictating how the business runs. Before you spend a single dollar, euro, pound, whatever it may be, on a software as a service or I want you to consider these 3 uncomfortable questions that reveal whether your 70% is actually ready. Question 1. Workflow. How do things actually work and how do they need to work? Don't show me your processes on paper. Let's be honest. That rarely translates to reality. But show me the shadow spreadsheets that your team uses because your main operating system is too slow. Then ask yourself, how do workflows need to be in order to get the most out of the digital transformation? For example, let's take AI. Most organizations fail to see actual impact because they use AI as a faster assistant. That gives you maybe 5-10% of productivity gains at most. And then you wonder why you don't see any change to your bottom line. Remember, if you automate a mess, you just get a faster mess. Question 2. Redirection. What are you willing to let go of? Every digital transformation requires for an old habit to die and for something new to take its place. If you layer new tech over old habits, the old habits win every time. So you need to ask in detail, how do we educate our team, redefine roles, and ultimately transform our team so that they go from simply executing tasks to becoming strategic orchestrators. It's uncomfortable, I know, but it's also unavoidable. And lastly, question 3, culture. Who has to believe differently? Technology doesn't change minds. It only reveals what people already believe. So if your managers believe their value comes from controlling information, they will sabotage transparency every time. And if leadership is lacking and your digital transformation is treated as a micro initiative instead of a company-wide priority, well, then impact always stays small and it will never reach your bottom line. That's not a tech problem, that's a belief problem. Okay, having said all that, I'll admit, Okium is a tech startup. We don't have 1,000 clients yet, but that's exactly why I spend my days obsessing over why those 1,000 client companies fail. I'm not here to sell you a tool, I'm simply documenting on how to go from experimentation to industrialized delivery that actually hits your bottom line and creates real impact. Clarity is your only real competitive advantage in 2026. Look at your warehouses or your sales teams through the lens of these three questions, but don't look for answers yet. Just look for the mess. Once you see the mess, you're finally ready to fix it. But that's just the first step. I'll be here to discuss what comes after.